Welcome to Expanding Your Search with Brent and JodiBailey. We are growing our circles of connection and knowledge with encouraging conversations and positive communications. Today, Brent and Jodi welcome.
We continue our Vindication Wednesdays with Kevin, the IT guru from the crime drama Vindication, Matt Holmes.
And now, here are your hosts, Brent and JodiBailey.
Hey everybody, how you doing on this wonderful Wednesday? It is Wednesday, September the 22nd, and welcome to Expanding Your Search. I'm Brent Bailey. So good to have you with us today. It is Vindication Wednesday. We started this just a few weeks ago when the season started with the producer of the Vindication TV show, director, writer, JarodO'Flaherty, and we have had cast members on every Wednesday as a new episode drops, and a new one's dropping tonight on PureFlix. We've got Kevin with us today, Matt Holmes, but before we get to him, let's jump over to the control room where Jodi is standing by to really jump in and get everybody warmed up and alerted to what's going on around the country today. We have a great show, though. Matt's such a great guy.
He really is. He really is. I mean, just in the communication between the two of us to set up the interview, he's just been so excited and really great.
Well,
just really
I don't know if you remember, but a few weeks ago we had Venus on first. She was our first cast member, which was a big deal.
Yep.
She plays Detective Chris Tanner,
Yes,
and then I said the following show that he had commented or liked one of the posts about the show, and so had Peggy.
Peggy Stott. Yeah.
And so I was like, oh man, maybe they'll come on. And I reached out to him, and he was just like, yes, absolutely, come on.
Yeah,
so
he was pretty excited.
I'm really excited to have him here today, but before we get to him, why don't you tell us what's going on elsewhere and around the country?
You know, there's a ton going on today. We may not get to everything, but I can say this. Today is American Businesswomen's Day. And what that means is, how many women, in fact, the first person that comes to mind is Johanna Olson that used to be in our youth group at Rhema. She is a business owner.
Big time, and doing great. Absolutely
fabulous. But today is a day that we honor those women that are in business.
We need to have her on.
We really do. We really, really do.
She owns her own business, and
I hope you're watching, Johanna.
And she literally gets to travel because she gets so many bonuses and awards from the company that she's representing. It's her own company, and I'm not real sure what it is. It's cosmetics of some kind.
It is.
But she just she just won a trip through the whatever.
Through the corporation.
To the Caribbean, I believe, or Mexico or somewhere.
They went to Hawaii.
Well, but then I was going to say, then they turned around,
and
she got to take her husband on the second one. Just a few weeks later to Hawaii. So we need to have her on.
Yeah, we really do. So, Johanna, you're the businesswoman of the week, apparently, we're talking about. Anyway, but, there's a lot of contributions that businesswomen make to the community, make to society. And so we just, thank you so much, you businesswomen who are actually doing it, and you're not stopping, you're not letting anything hold you down.
The glass ceiling has shattered.
Yes.
So
So
right.
That's good.
What else?
Today is also Ice Cream Cone Day.
Of course it is.
It is, of course.
But it's not Ice Cream Day. It's Ice Cream Cone Day. But you know what? That fits our oldest son. He'll eat a cone with nothing in it.
Yes, he will.
And like it.
Absolutely.
And there's nothing wrong with that. They are good.
But, it's like, it was introduced in the United States. Did you know this? In the United States, it was not introduced until the 1800s. The waffle cone. Yeah, they're called little waffles. Is what
I wonder where.
Them.
I wonder if it was it has to be at Atlantic City on the boardwalk or someplace.
Yeah,
like
probably
on the East Coast.
Yeah, So, but it kind of. So today, it's officially fall, right? And so
Is it?
It is. Today is officially fall. So the end of summer.
Today's the first day of fall today?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Which brings us to the next thing, and that's it's gonna be a little hard for me to say, autumnal equinox. I think I said.
Oh, yeah, the equinox, yes.
Equinox. See, I didn't even say it completely
This
right.
is the day where the gravity is the same on all points. Like,
right.
You're supposed to be able to stand an egg up, and won't topple over.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this?
I haven't heard that
Some
part,
people
no.
can take get their broom, and they sit their broom up, and the broom can stand up.
I'll have to try that out. But what they say
You know what?
is,
We did that last year, I think, on the equinox,
I
and we
think
stood
you're
the
right.
broom up, and then we were so disappointed to find out that our bristles are too wide, and the next day it worked, and the next day it worked, and the next day it worked. So,
right.
but supposedly, you're supposed to be able to stand an egg on its end during the equinox because the gravity of the Earth is equal on all sides.
Right. It's So anyway, it's really, just the simple definition is this is a change of seasons. And no matter where you live, there's always you can just sense it in the air, even in Florida.
Well, did you see the memes online? It showed last day of summer in Florida, the beach is crowded.
Yeah.
First day of fall in Florida, beaches
are crowded.
For us, it's the theme park. So
right.
And of course, they're all getting ready for the Halloween specials or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Halloween. Okay, I get it. Some people that's a serious, satanic kind of a thing.
Right.
Okay, that's fine. Then other people have changed it to celebrate All Hallows Eve, which was originally a church holiday.
Right.
And then there are some other people that have just started calling it the harvest, and they have started doing outreaches to the community through trick-or-treating and trunk-or-treating through that kind of thing. So whatever you're celebrating, I know in Orlando right now, at all the theme parks, they're getting ready for it.
They are.
The Boo Spectacular at SeaWorld, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, of course, Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, that's definitely
at Universal, and then Hallow Scream at Busch Gardens.
Yes.
And I think Lego has one too.
Yeah, I think they do too. Yeah, they do. I think I want to say
we've been to almost all of them. We haven't gone to all of them, but
Right.
almost all of them, and they are a lot of fun. Especially the Mickey one. Mickey's, you get candy
It's
all
so-
night. They just
yeah.
walk around all the rides. They have a place that you pick up candy and put it in your little bucket, and they encourage kids to dress up. And
Yeah, I think when we first moved to Florida, I think that year we actually did go.
Actually,
and
I think we went before we moved to Florida.
we might have.
And
I just remember taking the kids around. At one point, they both dressed up. I want to say they dressed up as
Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
I remember it. Yep.
Yep. And so I went around. Now they're not so excited about doing the dress up stuff. So
I think I'd probably be more excited about it than they
I
were.
know exactly. So staying with the theme of the seasons changing.
Yes.
This is the time of year where not just seasons change, but what we are wearing obviously changes. I mean, if you live in a colder climate, you're going to start wearing your sweatshirts.
I am wearing a hoodie today.
You are.
Even though Florida is still 80 degrees.
Today is leg wear day, and I'm like, leg wear day? But it's representing the change again, the changing of the leaves, changing into fall. And you see different types of leg wear, especially in fashion magazines, like leggings or tights. I mean, especially, just it's starting to come around. And so, it's the time that you get out you dig into, the drawers that have the warm clothes and you start, maybe I'll put that on today.
Listen, we've lived in Florida long enough to say that I kind of miss, you miss it after a while. Like, I don't get to wear hoodies that often.
Right.
So,
except for like in November, December.
Maybe a little bit in January.
Yeah.
But after that, it's gone forever. So.
Yeah, we don't own very many.
That's true. Coats have been in the closet ever since we moved here. So.
Yeah.
All right, what else?
Today's also Dear Diary Day. Did you have a diary?
I did not. Did you?
I did, yes. I'm sure I've had a few, but I think that, when I was, I don't know, I had to be a preteen. I had one with a little lock on it because that was the thing to do, is to have the little lock on it. So, Dear Diary Day. So, if you've got a diary, and I know that there are some adults that do.
Did any of your sisters read them? Sneak in there and read them?
It would have been Jenny because we were closer in age. Julianne wasn't born until I was 12. But So she probably didn't, but she did. She didn't tell me. She had too many other things she was doing in life. So.
All right. How about you? Did you keep a diary out there, folks? If you did,
let
comment
us
and let us know.
Yeah.
Are they going to publish it after you die?
And so they say today would be a day to write an extra entry in there, since it is Diary Day. Okay. So one last one. It is also, I do have more, but there are so many. Like I said, National. I'm going to say this wrong too. Centenarians Day. Centenary.
I have no idea.
Okay,
is
so
it people
like
that are 100 years old?
100 years old or older. Yes, it is. It is those that are still celebrating their birthdays, being 100 or more. And so, if there's anybody watching us that is 100 or more, my word, tell us.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let us know.
If we do, I'd love to know who they are.
I would totally love to know. But
well, in food news, there are lots of. This must be mashup season because there are a lot of things combining themselves together.
Yeah.
All right.
Fusion.
Fusion. Yes. Mashup, fusion, whatever. Kit Kat is coming out, and it's right in time for the Halloween season. A chunky Cinnabon chocolate bar. So it's Kit Kat with a layer of Cinnabon on top of it, inside of the little, looks like a normal bar. And then General Mills has come out with, instead, of course you've had, and I said something about this the other night in the car if you were paying attention. Of course we all know Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the cereal.
Yes.
They now have a Cinnamon Toast Crunch milk.
Yes.
Which is just, you know what it tastes like after you've eaten all the cereal.
Right.
You can actually buy that bottled now. Okay.
Interesting.
But now General Mills has partnered with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch Company to have a apple pie toast crunch cereal. It seems like it's a little bit overboard.
Oh my gosh, I'm a little stunned at that.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch has now gone with apple pie toast crunch.
Apple pie toast crunch.
And it's coming out. All right. One more mashup here. I got to find it again real quick. Okay. We've had this discussion before, too, because we like to eat at CPK. If you don't know what that is, that's California Pizza Kitchen.
Yes.
And they have unusual flavors of pizza there. And a few years ago, it really became popular, barbecue chicken pizza. Instead of pizza sauce, it was barbecue sauce and chicken. And then there's the Hawaiian pizzas and things like that. It's unusual things, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, this is not necessarily about CPK as much as it is, it's a new flavor of pizza that is taking over. A lot of people are eating it. I don't know if I would try it or not. General Tso's flavored pizza. It looks like it's got little pieces of General Tso's chicken and cheese and broccoli.
I don't know. I mean, right now, that doesn't sound good to me right now. But
all right,
I'd have to be in the mood for that.
Last but not least, of course, you know that we talked about this the other day too. How me and my friends Brad and Guy are big peanut butter Reese's lovers. IHOP is just like everybody wants to get in on the peanut butter act. IHOP is now serving Reese's Pieces pancakes.
Well, of course they are. Of course.
Reese's Pieces pancakes available for a limited time at your local
Sounds
IHOP.
Like a dinner out with your friends.
Yeah, might be having to hit that out this weekend. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, that's what's going on around the country and around the world, especially in food news. If you've been tuning in on Wednesdays, of course, you know all about Vindication, and we love that crime drama. And today, we're so excited to have Matt Holmes with us, so let's jump in with him and expand your search. My guest today is Matt Holmes. He's an actor, model, cellist, and entrepreneur based in the Big D, Dallas, Texas. And he is the owner and operator of his own live entertainment company, Hit Entertainment. He finds time to work also as a voiceover artist and Funimation. He is the one of the stars of our favorite faith-based crime drama, Vindication. He plays Kevin, the IT professional, and we have really started to really feel for Kevin in this new series. But please welcome to the program today, Matt Holmes, everybody. Matt, so good to have you with us today.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You know, your character in the first season, when you first meet you, it's kind of like, oh, he's going to be the IT guy that solves all of Travis's problems. But then you start going down this road of interest with Detective Tanner, and we actually drifted more. Jody and I drifted more towards that story than even what was going on with the serious things that were going on, which is awesome. But we kept wondering what's going to happen here. And so, just so you know, you're one of our favorites on the show.
Hey, that's awesome. I know when Jared, the director, came to me with this project, basically how I got involved, I auditioned for a different part and I didn't get it. And Jared liked my work so much, apparently, that he wrote Kevin in for me. So it's been a really interesting experience getting to work so close to the director on a character.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't want to say any spoilers, but the second season, there's definitely more of Kevin's interests, and that sort of the story kind of digs deeper and unfolds.
Well, we want to get to that. We want to get to that in a few minutes. But we want to let the audience kind of and us as well kind of get to know you. We're going to get to your entertainment company and all of that stuff, but tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you like to do when you're not acting? Obviously, you're a cellist, so you're a musician. What are some other things that we folks would like to know?
Honestly, you kind of hit the nail on the head. I play a lot of music. I have a cello behind me. I've been teaching myself ukulele, and I play piano. I like to read. I read a lot of poetry and Shakespeare. As an actor, I do a lot of theater stuff as well. But honestly, my evenings when it comes to like days off just consist of sitting on my patio, maybe making a great dinner and just really hanging out. I like to work out to stay in shape and stay low key, I guess.
Yeah.
Try and get out when I can, Yeah.
Well, and I guess that with the world and the state it's in, that's kind of getting more and more hard to do, to get out when you can. And so you're in Dallas. Why Dallas? What made you choose there?
I actually went to school in Oklahoma and studied theater and film there, and didn't really know where I was going to go after college. I was looking for one of the coasts. I knew I wanted to do film and theater. A couple of friends were looking for a roommate here in Dallas, and I moved in 3 days after I got my first theater gig, and I was booked my first year for like the entire year doing theater. I got an agent after my second theater gig, and then started doing commercial and film work. And then I ran into doing Funimation and voiceover and anime and stuff. So it's been like, I didn't expect to be here, but the city has provided enough opportunity that there's no reason to leave, really. So I've had not a reason to search elsewhere.
I got to ask, what part of Oklahoma? Because we lived in Oklahoma for a number of years ourselves. Where were you?
Oh, I was in Norman. I was at OU.
Oh, at OU. Okay.
Yeah.
We were in Tulsa for about 10 or 11 years and loved it out there, and used to frequent Dallas all the time. So I understand kind of why you would drift there first, because that's a great place to go. Let's talk about your company. You have an entertainment company. What all does it entail, and how
So this company actually stemmed from the opportunities and work that I've gotten here in Dallas. I'm also the local ringmaster for the Lone Star Circus here in Dallas. So I do a little bit of everything. And after a couple of years living here, I've met so many like incredible performers. I wanted to get them more work, really. And I wanted us to have more of an affiliation with more opportunity here in the city. And I started meeting people who were looking to book events or like special parties, or I work with a few hotels in the Dallas area too, booking events for them as well. So either reoccurring or like one-time big events, I usually book performers, whether it be like circus performers, acts, murder mysteries, stuff like that. I basically call myself an entertainment concierge.
Wow.
I meet with my clients and we build a show that fits their needs. So.
Wow. How long have you been doing that? Just a few years?
Been going on. I opened the company officially right before COVID happened, and things are.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know,
Oh,
right?
That's got to be just terrible timing, but hey, it sounds like everything's going well, though.
No, yeah, it's surprisingly, especially with things kind of taking a turn in a different direction, everyone's looking to do the next new thing, and that's been really fun to work with some of my clients on. So
that's cool. Remind me when we're done with the interview. I got a funny story to tell you about something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Matt, how did you land the? I mean, you said that you auditioned for another role. What role was the other role you were auditioning for?
So the role that I auditioned for, I think was, I forget the actual character now, but the actor that got it was Todd Terry's son.
Okay.
Todd Terry, who plays
Detective Travis.
Detective Travis in the show. He ended up getting the role. I ended up getting Kevin written in, and then we started working together. He started really having fun with some ideas he had, and it started working. And from there, Kevin just kind of kept developing. So.
All right, so let's get into character a little bit. You do play the geeky IT guy very, very well, and we've been around several of those kind of guys, and we could identify. But it grew legs. That whole situation grew legs of not just a character that had something to do with the crime drama, but he had his own story. Were you involved in some of that direction, or did Jared just come and say, "This is what I'm thinking, this is what we're going to do"?
Well, it really came down to Jared would write the script. Sometimes I would get like a random message or text and be like, "Hey, I thought some ideas of this. Can't wait to show you what you think." And usually when I got like the first script to do like a read through with the cast to see how it feels, we would talk about some things. But most of it was his direction and the writing that he wrote. He's really good at writing for his actors. I remember reading one script here in the second season where I was like, "Jared, this is exactly how I would say it. Like, this is exactly how I would say it."
Oh man, that's perfect.
So yeah, he's really good at. I mean, he's really good at finding unique ways to tell his stories, but also getting words into his actor's mouth that fit them personally, which is really exciting as a performer.
Yeah. You're the I'm trying not to give anything away because it's so I mean, I know everybody can binge watch it on Amazon Prime. Jody and I have been choosing to do it every week on PureFlix, and there's so many things. Like, we felt so sorry for you at the end of the first season. We just thought, oh my gosh, she has no idea.
I know.
There's just no hope for him at all. And then suddenly, what's going on this season? Like, there were multiple times in the first 4 shows, Jody and I both screamed at the same time at the TV. What? How in the world did that happen? So, as an actor, are you finding yourself being like a ping pong ball and just bouncing all over the place?
Yeah. Especially working on this second season, it's been really fun seeing Jared just kind of. You can see that he's playing with the character. It's really fun to like see him just go. This is kind of fun. Let's see how the audience responds to this. And obviously, Jared, if you're listening to this, obviously it's working. So
yeah, it totally is. Are you able to give us any kind of hint without giving it? I don't want to give it away, but I mean, I will say things develop is what I will say, but I can't say any more than that. Well, I mean, now that PureFlix has dropped number 4, I guess we can discuss that episode. We can't really get into too much of what's going on in the future, but in this episode, you're sitting on the couch with the girl that you've chosen to go, kind of go after. And that's what I was going to ask. Was that, you think, out of frustration for Jared? not Jared, for Kevin, or like I just give up. Detective Tanner's not interested.
That's a great question, because when I read the script, I was talking to Jared about this development so far, right? And I was like, this is a little bit of a surprise for me, like me thinking of how Kevin would work as a person. So it was definitely a different. It turned my idea of the character a little bit, because I first season showed such a devotion to something, and then things take different turns. I think we have to make decisions after a while, and I think learning how Kevin humanely and realistically would take those changes was a fun challenge for me, and then like really cool to see how Jared put all the pieces together.
Yeah.
So
yeah, well,
I think it's him trying to turn over new leaves, and that whole thing.
Yeah, so it's just more like, this isn't happening. I'm going to move on, and then suddenly something happens in episode, I think 2 or 3, in the bathroom between the ladies, and then on the couch, she tells you that Detective Tanner's got has feelings for you all of a sudden. That we didn't see that coming. We thought that she was just going to kind of ignore you the whole season, but then there's been something going on there the whole time.
Yeah, no, it was and I'm not gonna give anything away, but there's definitely
okay, more to come.
Oh, just wait. I have not binge watched the entire season myself. I'm doing the PureFlix episode by episode, just to kind of get the full experience that way.
Yeah.
But give me a call and we could talk about it afterwards as it's developed. I'm interested to hear what you think.
Yeah, we will definitely take you up on that. So, okay, all right. So let's talk a little bit about Kevin and the motivation behind him, because talking to you, you're not obviously we were talking about this. We had Steve Mokate on last week, and he's nothing like his character at all. And that's what Jody made a point to say, is obviously he's a very good actor, because we liked him in the first season. We're not really liking him so far this season, but did you pull some kind of motivation from somebody you knew, or somebody in the past, or maybe were you a nerdy kind of kid when you were growing up? I mean, where did Kevin come from?
So that's I'm a secret nerd. I'm a cellist. I grew up playing orchestra. I did a lot of sports. I was a soccer player, football player, stuff like that. I did wrestling. I'm originally from Iowa myself, and wrestling's a huge sport back home.
Yeah.
But like nowadays I play music. Obviously a huge artist. I play Dungeons and Dragons with a group of friends once a week. Like, and the glasses that I wear for Kevin are actually mine. So like when I put them on, I just think of a nerdier version of myself, or like the nerd that I've always wanted to be, maybe. But he's I think he's, based on who I am versus who he is, a lot less confident. My main driving force for that character is that he aims to please above and beyond of what people expect of him, but his like lack of personality skills keep him from doing that, which pulls off that awkward, like, I'm not sure how to converse with people, but I know people like me helping them. So
yeah. The trailer, they did a masterful job of cutting that together as well, because there's a couple places where I thought you were literally proposing to Chris, and then there's this kissing scene, and you can't tell if it's her or if it's not. Of course, we know now that it isn't, because of it's already dropped. It's already out there. So
we're not giving it's official. We can talk about it.
We can talk about it now. Your relationship there is so you're hitting it. All the cylinders are hitting it. You're doing a great job, because we are finding ourselves reaching out every week and going, oh my God, this poor guy. We just want to hug you and just tell you it's going to be okay. So,
no, I remember Jared telling me about the season. He goes, "We're going to have a lot of fun with you this season. Just get ready."
Great, that's awesome. All right, let me just say something else before we let you go. I know that we were, since we've discovered the show, and we've been having cast members on just about every week this season on our show, we were getting ready for your interview, and my wife was looking through the cast page on Google, and she goes, "Oh my goodness, he looks really different in real life." And I was like, because I looked at your IMDb, and I was like, well, I didn't think he looked that much different. I thought it was totally him. So then my wife shows me this picture, and we're going to put it up on the screen right now. And this is Matt Hughes, and I was like, oh my gosh, he does look completely different.
So there is I believe he's Australian, an Australian actor that shares my same name, and I've been dealing with this particularly in the last like 3 or 4 years. I've been doing a lot more commercial work and with voiceover and stuff, getting new credits and stuff on IMDb. I've had a wrangle with IMDb with every credit to make sure it gets to the right page, because him and I are sharing the same credits based on the same name for technical reasons.
I felt, because I already felt sorry for, I mean, obviously this is before we ever spoke. I felt sorry for you because of the character and what he was going through. Then I saw that and I was like, my gosh, this poor guy. So
see, there's a pinnacle of truth in that character right there. That's what I deal with right there. Okay.
Totally. Anything you want to give that you can not really give away, but anything we can look forward to specifically that you can say before the end of the season?
Oh man, honestly, the whole season. I mean, the rest of the season. Obviously, the episodes been dropping so far have been great, but like, I know Jared and the team. I've been working with this team for about 2 to 3 years. And they really, I mean, they put so much into this second season. Like, there's some really cool stuff towards the end of this season that they've put in that's both visual, directorially chosen. They put a lot of time and effort, and I think that it's going to pay off. I mean, obviously by the response so far, but just get ready because like the story's awesome. So season 2 is ready, and hopefully moving towards season 3.
We second that motion and give a big hearty amen to that. With it being such a awesome, and I don't like to talk bad about the faith-based film industry, but this show, we found out about it from the makers of Small Group, the movie. Matt Chastain was the one who turned us on to this, and this is such a breath of fresh air in the faith-based film industry. It's so good, it's so well done. The acting is incredible. And we love what you guys are doing. And so thank you, and keep up the good work.
Thanks for having me, Brent. I appreciate that.
All right, everybody, this is Matt Holmes. He's one of our favorite characters on the TV show Vindication, Kevin. And if you want to find out what more is going on, a brand new episode drops tonight on PureFlix. You can binge watch the whole season on Amazon as well. Matt, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, you guys. You too.
All right. Let's stop for directions. Zechariah chapter 4 in the Old Testament says these things. It says, don't despise small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. There's so many people out there that are looking forward to the end result that they miss the journey and the memories and the life that they're building all along the way. When I was listening to Matt talk today, I couldn't help but think this is someone who is making the most out of where he is and what this season of life is bringing him right now. I've heard it said that life is a collection of seasons, that winners grab hold of the new and make the most of the new season in life. The question I have for you today is this: are you making the most of your current place in the season of life, or are you so focused on the end result and what you want that you're failing to even get started and make the most of these early days in this season? Zechariah says that the Lord rejoices in the beginning of work. Listen, your success, your end result, your finished product is the target that we're all aiming for. But I want to encourage you today, don't allow what you have got your eyes focused on to keep you from enjoying the journey of getting there. You are growing. You are maturing. You are changing. Live that up. Enjoy it, and know that the areas that you're short in today are only noticeable because you grew from where you used to be. Keep growing. Keep loving it. Those are the days that you're going to long for when you cross the finish line. That's going to wrap it up for the show today. I'm so thankful to Matt Holmes for dropping in and just hanging out with us today. Check out a brand new episode of Vindication. It airs tonight on PureFlix, or you can binge watch the entire season on Amazon Prime. Thanks to Jody for another great show over there in the control room. Join me Friday as my guest will be the wife of legendary skateboard hero Eddie Elguera. Donna Elguera will be here to talk about her brand new book, Balancing Life in Stilettos. Until then, I hope we help you expand your search. Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks for joining us today. Connect with us on @expandingyoursearch on Facebook and Instagram and @expandingsearch on Twitter. Relive any of our episodes on YouTube. We're available wherever podcasts are found, including Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. You can also download the Direction Ministries app on iOS, Android, Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Take some time today to expand your search and stop for directions.